Hello, everybody. It is Badger Wild, and today we are in Space Engineers, and I am showing off something really cool, something I've been working on for the past couple of weeks, and have given y'all some hints about, and finally got it all colored. This, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I want to show it in the one deal. I'm gonna have to put this up on. I haven't put this up on the workshop just yet. It'll be up, but long before this video comes out. But this is the F-41 TimberWolf, ladies and gentlemen. This is a design I came up with the other day. I saw, and let me give you an understanding of what's happening here, why I'm doing it, and give you an understanding of what's going on here. So, I ended up watching a video a while back. It was about Star Wars doing the P-15 Lightning in Star Wars, and they up and hired Porsche to do it, and it looks horrible. Okay, it looks so horrible. So I said, screw it. I'm gonna do my own P-15 Lightning in Space Engineers and show you guys how it should look like. So this is how we get the F-41 TimberWolf. Those of you wondering what F-41 is, it's kind of a pull off of, the F-14 Tomcat. I like the Tomcat. So what we've got here is a forward swept wing fighter that works very well. I mean, very, very well. We have a couple of deals, but let me take you on a little journey and show you the ship's features. So number one, we have two large hydrogen engines with semi-exposed hydrogen tanks. There was no way I could make these look good without leaving them somewhat exposed, but the ship is very fast. Wingtips here, we have, I believe it's right about here. We have decoy blocks in stationed, and this is why I will tell you wings on a ship, especially somewhat long ones, are not a bad thing to put in aesthetically, because if you put decoys into a ship with wings or into a fighter with wings like this, as you begin to twist and roll your aircraft or your spacecraft, it makes it harder for the fire systems on the ground or the turrets on a ship to hit your spacecraft. It doesn't make it impossible, but it does improve the survivability of this ship. Again, just like the F-302, we have select areas of frontal armor that are heavy armor blocks. This is to keep the weight down on the overall ship, but still provide a certain amount of protection. So when it's forward facing an enemy, you have more armor in the front of this ship, more survivability in front facing your enemy than running from your enemy. Like I said, we've got two large, heavy thrusters. We've got several smaller thrusters, and we've also got two large atmospheric duct fans to let this thing fly in atmosphere. And then for long-range patrol, because that's what this is a long-range patrol craft designed to go out there, find a problem, and kill it. We have an ion engine for cruising capability. So this ship can just simply cruise its way through an entire area if it wishes. We got a series of tails and stuff. This is how I've managed to keep the side-to-side thrusters kind of to a minimum, to keep a lot of the thruster banks and everything from looking too crazy. One is by shoving them up in there, but the second way is by putting the thrusters pushing inward to the ship, so it kind of moves it. Everything is set up on this set of wings, and the conveyors are way on the back here, where you have to go through the engines and a whole lot of stuff before you finally reach it. We also have two connectors on this thing, one on top, one on bottom, so we can land this thing on a regular connector on a ship, or we can hang it underneath of a vessel and make it work. The second thing is this spread out of the guns, and you're going to be looking at this, a lot of y'all are going to be looking at this saying, what in the heck, Badger? This is just the craziest spread of autocannons we've ever seen. I love autocannons. I am a son of Davian. I love the autocannon. The autocannon is life. It is wonderful. It's life. But the way this autocannon is all spread out, they are not actually very well spread out. We're going to show you that's the purpose of that little red block back there. What we have here is the old gimbal system. Now, someone asked me a while back, was I doing something with this? And funnily enough, dude, you asked, and I was. I was actually doing something with the gimbal deal, adding it with this. So we've got 4 autocannons on 2 turrets, or 2 semi-gimbal systems that enable it to pull in and move. And it is ridiculous how fast. It doesn't take but maybe one hit. You hit the enemy with about all 3 sets of these guns, all 6 guns will hit the target simultaneously and tear it up. As far as speed, holy crap. This thing can move fast. It can take off, has a very, very good acceleration. Roll-wise, its pitch and roll is not that effective, but that kind of works in its favor because its slower roll rate enables it to turn into targets and prevents turrets and stuff from actually getting a decent hit, as well as working in conjunction with the decoy blocks at the wingtips. So let's hop in this baby and see what you get with it. So inside, button 1 is your autocannons, button 2 is your top connector, button 3 is your bottom connector, 4 is your hydrogen engine systems, 5 is your ion engines, 6 is your Atmo engines, 7 is your recharge for your battery, 8 is the restock for your hydrogen tanks, and 9 is your decoy, with 1 on page 2 being for your single nuclear reactor. And this thing only needs a single nuclear reactor because most of its acceleration is hydrogen based. Checking it out and getting this thing to speed. You see how fast this sucker goes real quick. And it has a very good acceleration for a ship its size. Now you see the roll is kind of odd, but the pitch is amazing on this thing. And the stop is just as effective. It can slow itself down very easily. You can see right here, it uses barely any kind of energy whatsoever. If I were to shut down both the atmosphere and the ion engines, it would be fine. It has a very good acceleration for what it needs to do. Now, for targeting blocks, so to speak, if I can remember where the target, there it is. We're going to set this thing to a target, and we're going to go into cockpit mode here so you guys can see just what this thing does. Now, this is a small target of blocks. Normally, you won't be taking on targets this small. You'll be getting larger targets. You can see we've got that one pull point there, but our guns are going to immediately turn towards the target, and we have full fire of the guns. You can see right here, our guns, now, all our guns just locked on, and we have lock on that unit. And it does not take much at all. That thing's smoking, it is being destroyed. This thing just target locks everything to a central point. So instead of having these guns spaced out, where they'll hit 1 or 2 blocks in a spread out area, we can concentrate these blocks onto a single unit. You can see there, it's just auto targeting. So these things hit. Now the gimbals will engage at a specific range. You will have to be kind of close, but once you do that main pass and you flip the ship around to engage, there's also the problem of when you are spinning side to side, you do not want to be going sideways attacking. You want to be using the upward thrust, which is why I have more upward thrust on this thing than downward thrust. And you want to be coming in the target, kind of like a bombing run almost, when you come in. This helps you take the guns and use them more efficiently. But yeah, then the gimbals just turn and fire. It works on big ships. It's amazing what this thing can do with just these gimbaled guns. And then on top of that, we got all kinds of real estate underneath the wings. You can load a missile or 2 on this thing. If you want to fire a missile or fire a decoy at a target, you can just take a few blocks out of there, add a merge block, add you a merge missile on there, just fire it out there and let it have some fun with the target. Just launch a decoy for them to fire at. But yeah, let me flip this thing around so you can see it in the sunlight. You can get a nice good look at it. Get that money shot that I always get. I'm famous for on YouTube, those impressive money shots. But yeah, that is the F-41 TimberWolf, you guys. It will be up on the store. It's probably been up on the Steam store for quite some time in the Space Engineers Workshop. Link to this vessel is down in the description if you want to go straight to it and check it out. Fly this thing around, see what you like about the gimbal gun systems. Those wondering how those work, I've got a video on it. I'll probably put that video up if I can get it up in the deal. If not, it is in my YouTube tips playlist. I'll put the YouTube tips playlist on there, and you guys can find it and see it for yourself. But anyway, as always, I am Badger Wild saying stay safe, stay frosty, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.